Hello, Marvis class, it's Miss Baig here, and welcome to your second history lesson for this week. Today is Wednesday, the 24th of February, 2021. Our learning objective for this lesson is, what can I describe about Van Gogh from his portraits? Okay, so today we are going to be looking at his self-portrait. Now, a self-portrait is a picture or an image that you draw or you paint of yourself. So for example, right now, if I was looking in a mirror, I would look in the mirror at my face and then I would draw or paint what I see. Now, these are Van Gogh's self-portraits. Now, what I would like you to do is I would like you to focus on, firstly, the colours that have been used. Secondly, his facial expression. So is he smiling? Is he sad? Does he not have any expression at all? Secondly, his eyes. What do you notice about his eyes? Does he look happy? Does he look sad? His facial hair, what he's wearing. Okay, so here are the first four that I'm going to show you. Pause the video here and have a really good look. Okie dokie, let's talk through some of the things that we've noticed. So I can notice, or what I noticed, sorry, is that in these two pictures, he is wearing a hat. And in the background of both pictures, there is like a blue background. Also, he's seen to be wearing smart clothes in all of these four self-portraits. Now, the two where he is not wearing a hat, the background is like a beige or a white or a creamy color. In this one here, you can see that he maybe has a mirror in front of him, and while he's looking at himself, he's painting, and he's even painted his canvas and the paintbrushes and the paint that he is using. So this is quite a unique one. Also, what we can notice is that he has quite a lot of facial hair. Obviously, his hair was ginger, like a orangey red color. That's what we can see. His skin tone is quite pale, and it seems as if he has blue eyes. Not entirely sure. You can definitely see that there are blue eyes in this one, and possibly in this one, and this one. Now, I'm going to ask you, in which picture do you think is the later on in his life? So which one do you think it's earlier, maybe in his early 20s or something? And which one? Actually, no, hang on, stop there. He did not start painting until he was 27, so it would be late 20s. Or which one do you think that he painted in his early 30s? Okie dokie, let's look at the next four. Okay, so here, pause the video here, and once you are ready to unpause, then we will discuss. Okie dokie, what we notice first, let's look at these three pictures over here. Okay, not pictures, self-portraits. So these portraits over here, I can see that the color scheme is fairly the same. Now, I've noticed that in the photos, in these 8 photos that we've looked at, this coat in particular was his favorite piece of clothing because he's got it on again over here in this portrait and also in this portrait. Now, this blazer he's also wearing in this picture, or this, I keep saying picture, in this portrait right here, and this one too. Here is more like a cloak. Okie dokie. So he's wearing these pictures, sorry, these portraits. It seems as if he was quite comfortable wearing one or two piece of garments. So he had sort of his favorite outfit. Also, what you can notice is that his haircut, the style of his hair, it seems to be the same length. Now here is slightly shorter, here is the sort of medium, and in this portrait here, his hair has grown maybe a couple of centimeters. So these may have been taken in the space of 1 to 3 months, I would say, or not 3 months is too much, 1 to 2 months. He may have taken these, and also his facial hair, his sort of moustache and the way that his beard is, has been sort of groomed and maintained is the same. So what we can tell from these portraits is that maybe he liked himself with facial hair rather than clean shave. That means without any facial hair. Okay, so in this, out of these 4 portraits, there is only one where he is wearing a hat. Now, back to the hats, I just wanted to notice, what do you notice about the actual hat? So here is the same one as this one, and they are straw hats. Also, in his mouth here, he has a pipe. Okie dokie. Now, if you notice anything else about the background, look at the strokes of the painting. It seems as if he had just long strokes, and that's how he painted. He wasn't just painting like this, but it was one stroke at a time. And if I just zoom in onto this one, just going to show you, you can also see, oh, that's gone the wrong way. Right, let's bring to front, order, bring to front. Right, you can see that even on his neck, he has just literally used fine strokes. The paintbrush that he has used, you can tell, was quite thin as well. Okie dokie, let's go back to how this was before, and let's look at the next 4 portraits. Okie dokie, so if you like, pause the screen here and have a look at these. Okie dokie, so let's look at the first top 3. So 1, 2, and 3. We'll come to this one in a moment. So these 3 right here. This one, it looks as if he had started experimenting. So maybe this was one of his earlier portraits. That's just my opinion, not entirely sure. How about this one here? His face looks quite slender in these 2 portraits over here. So maybe he had lost some weight maybe when he painted himself, or maybe he was not eating well, or maybe he was traveling. So that's what I noticed from these 2. And then look at this one right here. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to just have a think about this one. And I'll make this one a bit bigger so you can actually see clearly. There we go. Okie dokie, what you notice in this portrait is maybe this was later on in his life. So maybe he was mid-30s, maybe towards the end of his life. He looks quite mature there. Now, one thing that I didn't mention is focus on his facial expressions. In each portrait that we have seen, if I just go back, does he look happy or does he look sad? What is his facial? Is he just like this, or is he smiling, or is he sad? How does he look? I can see a lot of sadness in his eyes, actually. But that may be influenced because I know how he, sort of the issues that he suffered with. So that my opinion is probably biased, and it's influenced by my previous knowledge. Okie dokie. Ooh, let's look at the next 4. Immediately, I notice one thing in particular. Can you guess? Yes, these portraits are much darker. And here is another one where he's maybe looking in the mirror and looking at himself, and he has captured his canvas along with the paint and brushes. Now here's another picture with the pipe in his mouth. So that sort of maybe tells us that he was a regular smoker. It's a different hat this time. So not the usual straw hat that he's wearing. He's got the same hat in both of these pictures. And it looks like these 2 were taken during the same, sort of within a short time frame, because it seems as if he's wearing the exact same outfit too, apart from the background. And this one is like a grayish blue turquoise color, and this one is red. But himself, it looks like he's wearing the same outfit along with the same hat. Okie dokie. Now, these are the last 3 portraits, and here is the most famous one of himself with the bandaged ear, and again with that very, very special coat, that little coat that he will is seen to be wearing in majority of his self-portraits. Now, what do you notice about these 2 at the top? Okay, if I zoom in, you can see that different colors have been used, and he started experimenting with the strokes of his paintbrush. As you can see, these are not sort of just straight lines. There are a few curved. If I move that down, let's do this one a bit bigger. There you go. This one almost looks as if it's like a mosaic. So it's like little pieces stuck together to create this portrait. And again, it looks like he has quite a strong jawline and cheekbones. And we've got the famous pipe again. There we go. Okay, Mara's class, I'm now going to explain what your task is. What you are going to be doing is you are going to tell me, either by recording yourself or writing it down on a piece of paper, what can you tell about Van Gogh? So what can you tell about his appearance, about his personality, about what he liked, what he didn't like, through his self-portraits, okay? Now you can tell a lot. And if you are stuck, rewind the video because I've literally done a whole running commentary throughout this video. Okay, top tip, focus on his facial expressions, his facial hair. What age range do you think he was? Was he in his late 20s or was he in his early 30s, mid 30s? And also his favorite pose. What do you think or which one do you think was his good side? Was it the left side or was it the right side? Okay. Once you have completed this task, upload yourself. If you do decide to record a video, then upload onto Tapestry. I cannot wait to see it, to hear all of your opinions and what information that you have gathered yourself, being super detectives. If you would like to see these portraits, you can visit the Van Gogh Museum, the website, which is in Amsterdam. If you just type it into Google, and it should come up, and you can see all of these portraits there, where you can zoom in and you can have a play around with it if one or two have really caught your eye. Okay, Morris class, I hope you've enjoyed this history lesson. Please do upload onto Tapestry. I cannot wait to see all of your work. And until the next video, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye, Morris class.